Well, when I first started playing the cello, I didn't know what it was. Let's just be honest right there. I've been taking from the cello professor at OU since I was in 8th grade, and in between my junior year and my senior year, she passed away with kidney cancer. That time in your life is very hard. You don't know what you want to do, you don't know where you want to go. And your teacher, especially your private cello teacher, is supposed to be there to help you through that. And she, of course, couldn't be there. And I was just sort of dropped off in a black hole. And I didn't know which direction to go.
The bond between a music teacher and the musician is different than a lot of other student-teacher relationships. When Erica lost her cello teacher, it allowed her to know the importance of that bond, and she really works to strengthen the bond between her and her students.
I had a student teacher, his name was Terry Pollock. He called me up and said, "Hey, you know, Erica, I know it's kind of a rough time right now. Why don't you come over to OU and we'll play in a quartet. You'll play cello, we'll just sit around and jam." Can imagine being your senior year of high school and you're trying to figure out which way to go, and a college dude calls you up and says, "Hey, come on by, let's play some stuff." You're like, "Oh yeah, you betcha, I'll be there in just a sec." I have 8 jobs right now. My first and big job is playing with Signature Symphony and doing an outreach educational program. And I'm a professor at ORU as well as TCC. I teach private cello there, and I also teach a music appreciation class. Through people like Terry Pollock, I really got to grow as a student and grow as a teacher because they were so nurturing towards me, then it allowed me to be nurturing towards my students.
I took from Erica Parker for several years, and the reason I think she was such a phenomenal teacher was because she supported me no matter what my goals were. Even when I decided to drop music altogether and take up art, she was still happy with that decision because she knew it was what I wanted.
If this were here, I'd be fine.
Listen, I'm gonna make magic happen for you tonight. You just gotta give me a chance. When you get there, you freak out. Slow the brain down a little bit. I just love teaching. I love my students. I love them. They are so fantastic. I mean, I think out of everything that I do, they push me the most to be a better cellist. Just their drive and how excited they get when they get to pick up their instrument and play. That fire and spirit that you just don't get anywhere else.
The cellist piece was kind of hard to edit because the story was so good and there were so many details that I really wanted to fit in, but we just didn't have time for it, you know. And the piece would have felt way too long if I had included all the details I wanted to, so it was really hard to, you know, trim the fat in the story. I think the biggest challenge was fighting my vision. I had this vision in my mind of what I wanted the piece to turn out to be, but it didn't work out. So I had to tell myself, no, it's got to be this way. And I know that's not what I want, but I have to, you know, kind of grit my teeth and bear it. She talks about how, you know, I have 8 jobs and I went to every one of those and I filmed a little bit of each. And as I'm following her around in a typical day of Erica Parker, I realized how many lives she touches, and like I felt like I needed to turn the story around after that.